Weather-wise, though, yeah, a little bit of haze certainly possible throughout the day today. Just because of how warm this fall season is, really still is more late summer, and because of that, we're still a little bit into wildfire season. I'll show you why that's going to be the case. Even though right now, 49 degrees is actually the first time we're below 50 in quite some time in the Spokane area, which for October is incredibly unusual. But a cold front is off towards our west, and that's going to be pushing in not just cooler air. In fact, it's going to be pushing a lot more of that wildfire smoke that's across the Cascades right now in our direction. So if it starts to smell a little bit smoky or seem a little bit hazy today, that's going to be the reason why. Still a couple cool spots in the inland northwest, 35 in Deer Park, just a couple degrees above the freezing mark, even on still what is this relatively mild October morning. But our daytime temperatures still mid-70s today, a little breezy and a little hazy for the late afternoon and the evening hours. So I'll show you how that cold front is going to be mixing up some of that wildfire smoke across the northwest for today and what lies behind it for later on in the week.
Dog owners, this one's for you. Today, the city is asking for input on where Spokane's new South Hill Dog Park should be. KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez has been following this story for several months now. She's live at one of those proposed locations. Nicole, where could this new potential spot be? Good morning. And you have a friend this morning.
I do. I have Oliver with me here. We figured, hey, if we're talking about dog parks, we might as well hang out with a dog as well. Oliver's sniffing, checking out this place. So right now we're at Hazel's Creek, which is one of the proposed locations for this dog park. Another option for the dog park is Underhill Park, and then the other option is Lincoln Park. One of those three could potentially be the new South Hill Dog Park. Of course, there's been a lot of talk about that South Hill Dog Park. The city of Spokane is asking dog owners to weigh in tonight in the first of 4 open houses. That meeting is at 6 this evening in the Mullen Road Elementary School multi-purpose room. Right now, South Hill dog owners have been using an empty plot of land as the unofficial South Hill Dog Park, but that's where Spokane Public Schools is building a new school on that land. The City of Spokane's Park and Recreation Department says that there's one dog park for every 115,000 people here in Spokane right now. That's way less than the average here in the Pacific Northwest, which is 1 per 26,000 people. And neighbors agree there should be more dog parks in the area.
I like to see them happy. You know, it fulfills me. It's fulfilling to see them out running around with the other dogs.
It helps them a lot with their behavior with other dogs and behavior towards other people.
So there's 3 more meetings coming up to talk about the potential spots. Wednesday at 7, the Southgate Neighborhood Council will discuss the Hazel Creek location. Tuesday the 18th at 6, Lincoln Heights Neighborhood Council is talking about the Lincoln Park location. And last Wednesday, October 19th, is when the East Central neighborhood will talk about Underhill Park as a potential location. Again, tonight's meeting starts at 6 o'clock at Mullen Elementary School. And again, this is one of the spots that is a potential dog park. We've got our pup here, but you can see signs posted on the signs at the entrance to Hazel's Creek saying save Hazel's Creek, don't turn it into a dog park, and advertising all those open houses that we just went over. So obviously a controversial piece here that we're talking about.
Well, this morning we're learning more about one of the victims of that recent stabbing spree on the Las Vegas Strip, who's originally from Spokane. That victim has now been identified as 30-year-old Maris DiGiovanni.
So she and another victim both died on Thursday in that attack. Las Vegas police say a man stabbed 8 people in front of the Wynn Hotel and Casino before running down the Las Vegas Strip. A statement from her family, they say, DiGiovanni graduated from Washington State University in 2014. In that same statement, her family says, quote, Maris loved the beauty of life and lived it to the fullest without limitations. The owner of DiGiovanni's company also spoke about the Spokane native.
She was exceptional. She was exceptional. She was on fire, beautiful, and smart and radiant.
The man accused in the stabbing appeared in court on Friday. Yanni Barrios will remain in custody at the Clark County Detention Center in Nevada. He's expected to return to court tomorrow to be charged with murder and several counts of attempted murder. Authorities continue to investigate the deadly incident. In the meantime, a GoFundMe page has been set up to support DiGiovanni's family.
The time is now 6:06. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. A person has died from a car crash in Fairfield over the weekend. Washington State Patrol says that this crash happened just before 8:30 Saturday night on State Route 27 and 1st Street between a semi-truck and another vehicle. A driver was speeding and crashed into the semi-truck's trailer. The driver of that speeding car died while at the scene, but the other driver was unharmed. WSP says that the road was fully blocked for several hours. The person who opened fire inside Freeman High School in 2017 has now filed a notice of an appeal after he was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Caleb Sharp's attorneys must submit to the court why they're filing the appeal by October 28th. In 2017, Sharp killed one student and injured 3 others inside Freeman High School. Well, a warning from the FAA this morning. The Seattle Times is reporting that the Federal Aviation Administration has issued a warning about part of the tail in the type of seaplane that crashed in Puget Sound last month, killing 10 people. The directive warns of potential cracks and corrosion in the part of the plane that controls its pitch. The Times says that this warning is not the result of the investigation into that September 4th crash. A spokesperson for the FAA says the investigation is still ongoing. And it's official, Spokane is getting 2 new professional soccer teams. The ownership group for USL Spokane announced that they will be bringing a women's professional soccer team to the city to join the men's pro team and women's pre-professional club in 2024. Each team will play in the new downtown Spokane stadium that's being built by SPS. And that's a look at your morning rush. Today is Indigenous Peoples Day. Now, this is the 2nd year that the holiday will be celebrated.
Yeah, it actually falls on the same day as Columbus Day as a way to honor culture and history of Indigenous people already living in the country when Christopher Columbus landed in 1492. And since it is a federal holiday, here's a list of what's closed and what's open this morning. Up first, post offices and some banks will be closed. This week, there will also be normal trash and recycling pickup. Spokane Public Schools are open, but on a late start on Mondays as usual. Spokane City offices also staying open, and the Spokane City Council will hold their weekly meeting tonight. However, it is a Spokane parking holiday, so that means you'll get to park for free all day in downtown Spokane.
Now, also happening today, there will be a march in Mission Park to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. The event will have speakers, drummers, and even dancers, and the popular restaurant Indigenous Eats will also be participating. So now this event starts at 3 p.m. and organizers are inviting everyone to come out and enjoy the festivities.